Hey, welcome to the Ninjababes podcast. I'm here with Shell Edge. What's up, Shell?
Hey, how's it going?
So, the thing that I'm so excited about today is that last time Shell was on the podcast, which, if you go back quite a many episodes, you will find 2 episodes with me and Shell talking about girls in sports and girls in ninja and girls in her program at Strive Fitness. But at that time, Shell was someone that I met who was very passionate about females and ninja and just ninja in general. But now, for the past, what has it been, 6 or 7 months now? Shell has been working with Ninjababes as the social media manager. So, yeah, it's been awesome. Shell actually came in to work for Ninjababes right when I got married, which was like a huge blessing to have Shell jump in there and help cover a lot of what's happening on social media. So yeah, so a lot of times when you're interacting with the Ninja Babes Instagram page, you might be talking to Shell, you might be talking to me, but this is Shell, and so I know a lot of you do know her, but I'm excited to have Shell on here on an episode with me. So how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna have to apologize in advance because I am very tired today, and my accent comes out a lot more when I'm tired. So it's gonna get very British. It's gonna be great.
You really don't have to apologize for that.
I don't know. I think some people like it, and other people are like, what is that? I don't know. So we'll see how this goes. But I'm tired.
I
Can't
like
help
it. Well, so I'm really excited. Another thing about your accent is we will hear your accent some more in another upcoming episode because you know where I'm going with this. But pretty soon we'll be celebrating our 100th episode for Ninja Babes, which is insane that we're almost at 100 episodes. I kept thinking it's been 3 years, but it's actually been closer to 4 years. And yeah, and so we've been asking for all of you, for all the listeners, to go onto the website and record something, whether it's just a quick clip explaining why you love Ninja Babes or what's been meaning to you from the Ninja Babes podcast, a favorite moment, anything like that. Record that clip and upload it to the form on the website because we're going to be having a celebration episode where everyone will be a part of it. So how cool is this? It's like a giant party that we're inviting all of you to be a part of it. When we have that 100th episode, we'll have that playback of clip after clip after clip of just hearing your stories and hearing your comments and your feedback of why you have enjoyed this podcast so much. So Shell's going to be on there. I'll be on there, obviously, but
But it can't just happen with us too. So get your clips into us. It's going to be super exciting. I know for me, it's all about the diversity of this podcast and that every single week is different and the topics are always different. Sometimes it's a specific athlete and other times it's a specific topic. And sometimes it's about the body and sometimes it's about food and other times it's an athlete. Like, just the coolness of how diverse it is. So I'll get into that more with my clip, but I'm going to have to save it for then. But you guys should get right on it and make your own clips. So head over to the website because all the details are there and it's super easy. It will take like 10 seconds or a little bit longer because we'd like it to be a little bit longer. But really, it's super easy. Promise.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even be offended if you stopped listening to this episode right now to go to the ninjababes.com and you'll see literally I'm going to pull up the website so I can see how obviously easy it is.
I
When you
might
go
be
to the
offended.
but when you go to the homepage, that big bright magenta pink bar at the top says, "Help us celebrate 100 episodes. Share your favorite Ninja Babes moments here." That's what you do. You click on that. It'll bring you to a very simple Google form. There's hardly any questions. It's mostly just allowing you to upload your file. And that's what you got to do. And once you do that, it's going to be awesome. I really cannot wait to hear this whole episode put together. So go do that and then come back and finish listening to this episode. So, Shell, I'm super glad to have you on today. And there's something big that you are a part of that's coming up in just like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, very soon.
Look up on
Yeah, so we just had International Women's Day pass by not too long ago, and coming into the spring, like March into the spring, like there's always this big push for talking about females in sports. International Women's Day, like there's like your workout buddy day, which gets girls excited about working out with each other. There's all these different days of celebration, and so you and Jenna, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a second, you with Strive Fitness have had this great idea to put on an event in celebration and in empowerment of women. So can you tell us a little bit more about what's happening and fill us in on the details?
Yeah, sure. So, Jenna is the talent and development manager, I believe her title is, at Strive Ninja Fitness in Franklin, Massachusetts. And she had this thought. She was hired actually soon, just a couple of days, I think, before International Women's Day, which is why the event is actually a few weeks after International Women's Day. But that's okay. So she had this thought that's kind of like, this is a big day in history, and so many organizations do something to represent that day in history, whether it's, an awareness t-shirt or some kind of activity, celebration, whatever. And she was kind of like, there's got to be something in Ninja that we can do. And so we started talking about it, and we both recognize that one of the magical things about Ninja is the fact that it's one of the few sports that right now still allows for this cohesive, wonderful relationship between men and women, and allows us to be together on the course, and that is really unique and wonderful. She's a ninja mom to boys, I'm a ninja mom to girls. Like, we have that unique perspective together, but we're kind of like, well, one day a year, like, why not have just that one special day where we do just bring the girls together? Like, it's really not going to make that much of a difference, even if people do have any kind of like opinion of, well, we really like the fact that the boys are involved in our sport. We were like, it's okay. So we had this thought of having an annual event. We wanted to like go big or go home. We wanted to have all generations of ninjas involved, which is really like, that's what we're going for. And 2022, that's exactly what it's going to be. Obviously we had to scale back a little bit this year because of COVID. But not September. I meant to say Saturday. See, I told you I was tired. Saturday, April 17th, we are hosting the first summit for female ninjas. It's mostly going to be girls, so teens and younger. It's called Girls, Put the Power in Empowerment. So we had a little play on words right there. And it's basically a 2-hour event where we bring girls together. They don't have to be competitive ninjas. So we do have some that are competitive. I've been looking through the sign-up list so far. And others that have done maybe 1 or 2 classes. Some community members, they do not have to be associated with Strive. Like, we really wanted this to be a regional thing, like bring in ninjas from multiple gyms. Obviously, that will be easier when the pandemic is lifted. But ideally, we just wanted to bring everybody together and get everybody connected. Like, they've already got this unique connection of ninja, but there's bound to be other things. Like, there's always other things that people are connected by. And so icebreakers, team building games, all that kind of little stuff. And then obviously a ninja course and things like that. That's what we want to do. It's just get people talking and get people together and really just celebrate the fact that we are all powerful people, and let's recognize that together. So that's kind of like the general idea behind it. And that's what we're looking to do on September 17th. So.
You said September again, but I know you meant April.
I'm the worst human. It's Saturday, April 17th.
It's funny because
in my life, because we correct each other all the time.
It's all good. It's funny because September 17th is actually my birthday.
Oh, look at that. See, I knew there was a reason. It's like my brain knew.
Maybe we should do this like semi-annual or whatever. And yes, that's the right way to say that. Semi-annually.
I wonder if that's like the 6 month after April too, because that would be like really weird if that was. Like...
It would actually have been March and September. I know this because I know when my half birthday is.
Of course you do.
But anyways, no, I'm so excited about this event. And I obviously, Ninjababes, like, this is right up my alley. And I was like, this sounds incredible. Like, how can I be a part of this? And I personally will not be there that weekend, but Ninjababes is donating a shirt to be part of a giveaway that you're doing, right? So can you tell us more about what that giveaway is for?
Yeah, of course. So obviously, like I just said, a lot of this is about empowerment, right? We want to make these girls feel great about themselves, feel great about supporting other people. Like, we all know that, especially for teenagers and for younger girls, it can be awkward giving people compliments. Like, we want people to know that it's okay to empower each other. Jenna actually put it together really well. She sent me a statement earlier about the purpose behind the event in general, which I think is going to lead us really well into your question. She said, We have an opportunity to mentor these girls that come into our gym, and we want to do our part to instill as much confidence and self love, strength, and positivity that we can. It's important that we show them they matter and remind them of their strength. Showing support for our female athletes and providing a safe environment for them to learn and grow is key to their success, both inside the gym and out. It's important for women to come together as a community and share experiences, good and bad, to learn from each other and support each other. It's fundamental to the sport, builds community, and it boosts self esteem. Empowered women empower women. I thought that was a really cool statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So part of this, what we're doing is we're actually doing a raffle that's going to be open in the week leading up to the event, and then the winners are going to be announced at the event. And one of the things that I thought was really cool about this is, yes, the entire event is about empowerment, but specifically with the raffle, like this allows us to take empowerment out of the in-person context. And what I mean by that is there's something very powerful about giving back. So anybody that contributes to that raffle, whether it's buying a ticket or whether it's donating something like you've just said that you are through the Ninjababes, which is amazing, that gives it releases that very good feeling inside yourself, which sometimes is really hard to find. It's hard to compliment yourself. So that giving back feeling just gives like that own self-empowerment, which is really hard to find sometimes. So that's kind of like in addition to the empowerment that they're hoping to receive through the activities at the event. And then in addition to that, they're also going to be helping provide an experience for somebody else. So there are going to be multiple prizes, including things like Ninja Holds. We've got Ninja Swag. We've got Ninja Gifts and a whole bunch of other things, which are going to be revealed via the Strive Ninja Fitness Instagram and Facebook page this Friday. So stay tuned for that. But all of the proceeds of this are actually going to go to specifically a female ninja through Neighborhood Ninjas. So not only will they get the additional feeling of self-empowerment by giving back, but they'll also be able to additionally support somebody else who isn't even a part of this event, or perhaps hasn't even been able to be a part of their sport yet this season, or maybe they were a part of it and they qualified but can't go to regionals, or whatever the case may be. They're able to then help and empower somebody who perhaps is in a position right now where they just can't do it themselves. And we're going to make sure that that story and that message is sent home and shared, because that in itself is extremely powerful. And that's before we even get into any of the fun activities and the physical aspect of the actual event. So the moment they walk through the door, the raffle table's right there. So that message and that contribution they can do before they've even checked in. Like, that to me, I think is huge. Like, they might not know that message in that particular moment, but to walk through the door and be like hit with that impact, like, I think that's incredible and such a powerful additional empowerment message that's so unique. So that's where your t-shirt and your gift, your very generous gift to us, is going to come into play. And we're very, very appreciative of that. So thank you very much. You're still doing your piece,
Yeah.
even though you can't be there in person. But next year, big things.
Next year. Yes. No, I have so many things to say. It's like, yes, I love in general that this is happening, first of all. I love that you're a part of it, and that I feel like I get to double dip because you're like doing the event, but you also are Ninja Babes. So it's like, yes. But yeah, there is one other little way that I will be involved, which maybe has yet to be revealed. But I think it's so cool that you're putting such an emphasis on empowerment in the way that you are, because, like, take a step back here for a second. So often when we talk about empowerment, it's like, how am I empowering myself, or how am I empowering this group of people? But you think, what really is empowerment? You know, it could be giving you the tools that you need in your mental headspace, or literally the physical tools that you need to do something. But what do we do with it once we have whatever that empowerment is? And what you're explaining is, I am empowered. I have a gift, an ability, monetary amount, whatever this tool of empowerment is that I have, and now I'm able to help someone else with it. And so whether it's giving to be part of the raffle and what's going to go on to another female or giving in some other way. I know during the event there will be other ways that we are encouraging one another and speaking into each other with that tool of empowerment as a way to help people recognize their own confidence or help people recognize a skill or an ability that they have. So it's really using empowerment, not just, I don't want to say selfish, but not just empowering myself in a selfish way to say like I'm the greatest or like look at the skill that I have or
Right.
I'm empowered, which we need that confidence, right? We all need that self-esteem and that confidence. But if it's only just feeding into myself, is it doing good in the long run? Like, yes and no.
There's something
Um,
very validating about
mhm.
the gratification or the empowerment that you can see the end result. There's something that's very hard to feel satisfied when you can't see the end result. So this is one of those messages where like, it's amazing that you're giving this to somebody else, but the kids that walk through the door aren't going to see the ninja that they help necessarily. So it's kind of hard to get that same emotion and that same feeling and excite them in the same way. So yeah, it's hard to get people like as amped up about that level of empowerment in the same kind of manner. I just kind of had a thought as you were saying that. I was kind of like, well, what if like either the people that donated gift prizes or perhaps a select few people who attend the event or something like that, like what if they would like write a letter that we could also include to then send to neighborhood ninjas and they could gift it back to this person, like just kind of encompass all of these different messages in different ways. Like I go off on huge tangents, but I get so excited and I can't help it. But yeah, like there's something that's very different, even though the empowerment message is somewhat the same between something that you can see and something that you can't. And that can be very hard. Like I think adults understand it a little bit more, but it's definitely hard for kids to get as amped up about something that they don't necessarily see the end result of.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I do really love your letter idea, though. That's
Right? I was like,
really
ooh,
cool.
light
Wait a
bulb
sec.
moment.
Yeah, awesome. Well, going back to just the name of your event, so say it one more time for us.
Girls, put the power in empowerment.
Bam.
Bam.
So cool. Bam. So do you, I know you had mentioned that there are some competitive ninjas on the list
Mm-hmm.
that are signed up already. And then there's also maybe some newer ninjas.
Yep.
How do you see this, whether it's this event in particular or in general, like ninja, how do you see what it's like for new girls to come in or people who maybe have no experience with sports or Ninja Warrior? Do you feel like this is going to be a good step to help make those people feel welcomed and feel like they can come into a setting where it could seem very intimidating?
Right. I'm so glad you asked. So the way that I'm kind of going to do this twofold, talk about the way that we envision this event going and then broader scale for next year and beyond. So for this particular event, the way that we see, we have to cap it at 30 because of capacity. So let's say we have 30 kids in the gym. We've got 3 main stations. So the mini groups are going to be no bigger than 10. And we're going to be dividing them up ahead of time. Thankfully, right now, I know who those competitive ninjas are. And so I'm going to try my best to do a good job of splitting them up, not intentionally in the sense of like, I don't want you guys together, but the whole purpose is to get to know other people. Like the whole purpose is kind of like to empower other people and to educate other people and to meet other people and all of that kind of fun stuff. That being said, our very first activity we're going to do all together. We're going to do Ninja Bingo. So I designed a bingo board. It's very shell. I can't help it. So I designed a bingo board that essentially all the boxes have something different written on it. So it's like, find someone who, and then it'll say something like, has applied for the show before, or has hit a buzzer this season, or has never competed in a competition, or like whatever. And you have to go around the group and you can't use the same person more than once, and you can only use yourself once, and you have to like write their name in the box if it applies. And the first person to get a line runs and hits the buzzer, and they're the wizard. They're the winner. So that's going to be our initial icebreaker. So that alone is kind of like a race, but then they get to run around. They have to learn people's names because they have to write that person's name in the box. And it's not awkward because it's the game. So it's the rules. but then they're also kind of like learning things about each other as they go. Like it's going to be one of those things where it's like, all right, so hang on a second. Somebody had to find somebody else that hit a buzzer this season. So who was it? And then they're kind of like, wait, who was it? Oh wait, it was Ali. It was Ali. And then it's kind of like refreshing almost to break the ice that way, as opposed to something awkward where you're like, hi, my name's Shell and I'm from England. Like it just kind of eases everybody into it through an activity in a different light. So we're going to do something like that all together. And I think we'll probably do that year after year, not necessarily bingo. So if you hate that idea, please come back next year anyway. But it'll be something like that where we can all come together and just kind of break the ice together as a group. And then we'll break into smaller groups completely mixed. So the idea in general later would be mixed divisions, mixed age groups. So we hope that we would get representation from all ages. I say all divisions, I just mean representation of all those age groups, because obviously they don't all have to be competitive. So the relay that I mentioned earlier, one of the cool ideas that Tim had, I think it was Tim's idea, was kind of like that relay would become a generational relay. So obstacle 1 would be like a 6 to 8-year-old obstacle completed by a 6 to 8-year-old. And then obstacle 2 would be a 9 to 10, and then so on and so forth, so that a master finishes the course. And it's kind of like the power moves through the generations and you get to see it grow through like just kind of like a powerful movement through the ages of the women, and just a cool way to watch that movement go through right at the end of the event and bring it all to conclusion. So that's kind of cool. But essentially, I mean, even the team building games, the way that the course is, like, it's nothing that is essentially competitive. It's nothing scary. So the 3 stations that will probably remain the skeleton of the event even next year, even if it changes. One station is team building type games with a ninja theme. So it's going to be beginner friendly and competitive friendly, because it's literally just a question of, here's the problem, solve it as a team. This is what you're allowed to use. The other station, we have a big board with our logo on it, and it's going to have a message on it saying something like, I am powerful because, and then we have a whole bunch of stickers and markers, and everybody has to write messages about themselves and stick things on it. And we're going to put those up in the gym. And so year after year, we'll have a different display board that's always going to be up in the gym, which is going to be kind of cool. And then there's going to be a little photo booth area. So very relaxed. That one's going to be kind of like just a self message and kind of see what other people have written and just kind of get to know you little station. And then the other one is going to be the course that we will do for the relay, but it's going to be practice time. So a little bit more like open gym, but there'll be coaches there so that they can help teach you if you've never done a course before. And even that course is going to be very beginner friendly. So yes, there'll be competitive kids there, but their competitiveness will just be to complete their own obstacle in the most efficient way. And it doesn't matter that they'll have newer ninjas on their team who are doing something that is easy for them, because their own task is just their one obstacle. And that way, I think it kind of caters for everybody. And the event then really just comes and becomes about everybody as a group together, as opposed to anything that feels competitive or feels like it's too hard or too easy. It just has a different feel to it, which is really what we're going for.
Yeah. No, and that's cool, because then it's not like any one competitive ninja is going to like dominate what's happening,
Right.
because everyone just has their own little
Yeah, we
section.
didn't
And
want like
yeah,
challenges or anything that would be like what will knock out that would be dominated by one person. Like, you know, a dead hang challenge will be dominated by one person, like that kind of thing. Like, it's fun and they're ninja related challenges, but a challenge is exactly that. Like, you're gonna have winners and losers, and we wanted something that was more like, how can we all win together? What would that look like? Like, what would it look like to have you all complete something as a team, even if that team is a bit slower than that team? The idea and the focus is on completion together. And so
right.
that's kind of where the theme and the ideas came from.
Amazing. Well, I think it sounds incredible. And I'm sure there's so many people listening who are like, I'm not too far. Like, how can I still sign up? Or I'm very far. maybe I can't come at all, but there might be other business owners or ninjas out there who might want to donate something. So how can we get in contact, or how can we register if there's still spots?
There is still spots, so you can absolutely register. You can go to our website, which is striveninjafitness.com. And under the events tab, you'll see it right there at the top, the register button. You'll just be able to click right on it. It'll give you all the information that you need. You can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook. If you just put @ and Strive Ninja into your search tab, if you don't already follow us, it'll come right up as well. We post something every day, and there's almost always a link to something that will lead you to somewhere where you need to be. So I mentioned earlier, this Friday is going to be all about the raffle. So you'll definitely have a connection in there somewhere, especially if there's anybody that's thinking about donating something. That would be amazing. And then if you have any questions, or if you're thinking about coming but you're not sure, or programmatical type questions, anything like that, you can reach out to Jenna. Her email is Jenna, Jenna, at striveninja.com. And she's like, we've had so much fun. Like, her and I have remember I have an extra one of these Can't Stop Me sweater.
Oh, yes.
One of these hoodies that I got for Christmas. So I gave it to Jenna when we decided to do this event. And I swear, it's like giving us superpowers or something ridiculous. Like, we get together to have meetings about this thing, and it's like Christmas came early. Like, I fully expect that we'll walk through the doors on the day of this event, and we'll have like glow sticks coming out of our ears, and we'll grow wings and have like glitter bombs going off, because for whatever reason, we just get so giddy and excited. It's like really funny. But yeah,
I love that.
Back to the details of the event. That's how you can find us, and definitely reach out if you have any questions or anything. Yeah, reach out. We love everyone. All the love.
Amazing. Well, so good. Well, thank you so much for explaining all that. I'm sure people will be so excited. And I can't wait to see photos. I know I won't be there, but it's going to be really cool to hear how it went. Grab some photos for Ninjababes, please.
Absolutely.
Yes. So the last thing I kind of just want to talk about quick before we move on to our bonus portion, which, by the way, if you don't know by now, what we've been having a bonus segment of the Ninjababes podcast every week, and it's about a 15 to 20 minute extra that's thrown in there with sometimes it's tutorials, sometimes it's more specific advice about like how to make the best casting submission video for A&W. It's all sorts of different things like that, and it's for our Patreon subscribers only. So this is something new that Ninjababes has been doing as a way to help support and fund everything that we do. So if you do want to become a Patreon subscriber, you can head on over to www.patreon.com/Ninjababes. So today in our bonus section, I have the whole pile of all the new merchandise sitting here next to me that I'm going to do a quick little show and tell and just show everybody all the new merch. By the time this episode comes out, the 2 new kids shirts will actually already be on the website. So you can check them out. I'll show them right now too, but for anybody who hasn't seen it already, but I'll show all the new stuff. And if anybody wants to get their orders in before it's on the website, you can contact us through email, theninjababes@gmail.com, or just through the DM, and we can get you some early buys once you see it. It's like QVC today. So, but something I wanted to ask you, Shell, is I'm going to put you on the spot for a second.
Oh,
so
I'm going to say September 17th. Is that the right
That's
answer?
my birthday. Thank you. So it's the right answer. So you've been kind of running the social media page here for, I guess it's been 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
7. Yeah. And it's something that we work on together sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, what do you, like, bye. Like,
Hi, I haven't spoke to you in 2 months. I've still been paying you though. Are you good? Okay, cool. Bye.
Okay, it's usually not 2 months, but we definitely work together on the social media. But there are times that I'm like, I am having you do this because I am gone for this week for filming for Ninja Warrior or whatever it is. And so there's sometimes that Shell is completely on her own, and I applaud her for just doing such an awesome job. But I wanted to ask, has there been anything that stuck out to you as you've been like running the social media page and interacting with Ninja Babes all over the world. Is there anything that stuck out to you that you're like, I love getting this DM. Like, I love seeing this on the page because this is what Ninja Babes is, or like anything like that that's been like big encouragement. You can think about it for a second, so don't feel pressure.
I don't even think I need to think.
Oh, okay.
I think I got it in my brain. Look at that. September 17th. No, I'm kidding. So I think for me, it kind of bounces back to the empowerment thing that we were talking about earlier and being able to see something versus not. I think honestly, it's all about the videos and the celebrating you guys, whether that's on the Wow Wednesday post or when you guys send in the incredible tricks that you guys can do on the insane obstacles, whether it's like skipping 6 rungs on a salmon ladder bar, or there was a really awesome linking Lachey lane that such a tiny little human did the other day, and it was so incredible. And that kind of thing that's just so real time is like, that's what it's all about to me. Like, they're real people doing real things and they're worth real celebrations. And, you know, we talk about it. Sometimes we're just posting graphics, which are fine, and it has good messages on them. And they are educating us about that kind of thing that's later coming in those videos. But when those videos come out or those photos come out that demonstrate exactly what we're talking about in those graphics, that's when it's kind of like the wow moments for me. It's like, oh my goodness, look at that person and look what they're doing. Like, that's a Ninja Babe. And that's kind of like the moments that I get goosebumps. And that's when I love doing what I do. But that being said, it only really works when people send us things. So, segue into that.
True.
It's not seen as weird if you're really proud of your skills and you want to send us something. Like, we love showcasing the things that you do because that is what we are about. So if you unlock a new skill, even if it's something that you think is small by comparison to what others do, that doesn't matter. You could be like, yo, I've been working on this 12-foot warp wall for 2 years. That is a neat celebration because that is a long time to be working on a skill. Like, we want to know about it and we want to see your videos or your photos or whatever it may be. It is worth celebrating. And everyone has a story. Everyone has success. We want to know about it. And that's my favorite things. I love hearing about it. I love celebrating it. I love showcasing it. I love sharing it with the world. I get all ooey gooey and I've got goosebumps because that's what I do. But yeah, that's always my favorite thing.
Yeah.
The
I
community.
love that answer. Yeah. No, I love that. And it's so true too that like the videos that you send in, they definitely always get me super excited. And it doesn't have to be the best ninja video you've ever seen. It just has to be something that's showcasing what was incredible for you in that moment. I think too about there's so many ninjas who listen worldwide to the podcast who they're not in America, they're in another country where the ninja gym is brand new. Like, there's one ninja gym in their whole country, or it's like they just have their own backyard course. And so for them, sometimes the obstacles that are new at their gym are earth shattering for their gym community. But maybe we've seen it in the States a bunch of times. Like, every gym has a wingnut or whatever it is. That does not belittle your obstacle or what your gym is doing that's new and exciting. So if you're in a country, I'm not like trying to pinpoint a certain country, but if you're, I know we have listeners in Germany, in Canada, in Australia, in Ireland. If you're in one of those countries and you're like, oh, wow, this is really incredible for me, but I think I see them doing it all the time. Who cares? Like, send us your video. We'd love to share what you've accomplished and what's new and what's amazing for your gym.
Yeah, and like definitely share that information too. Like, the backstory is what makes it
Exactly.
powerful. So it's not even just like, but this video is lame. Like, then don't just send us the video. Send us the backstory because we'll include it. Like, we'll tell your story how it is to you. Like, if it's important to you, it's important to us. And so we'll include the entire thing and we'll send it out there. We love it. So
Exactly.
DM us.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, that's what makes this so exciting is just like pulling from people all over the place and like being like, here we are. This is amazing.
Especially you English people, I expect lots of messages now with all of the correct spelling of all the words. So come on, get on it.
Oh, like color and
Yeah.
I can't
So
think of another
come on, homies, let's get on this right now.
one. Awesome. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. We're going to move on to the bonus portion of the podcast. So Goodbye for now. Don't forget to head on over to theninjababes.com and click on the 100th episode celebration and get your recording in. It's just like this. Grab your phone, hit the voice memo. La la la, this is why Ninja Babes is great. Send. Like, that's all you have to do. All right. Okay. All right. So thanks, Shell.
You're most welcome.
Goodbye, but not really. Remember, be strong.
Be you.
Be a ninja babe. Yes.